Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We've got a great lineup today. I'm really excited for everybody here from Kahren Oxner. It's her first appearance on the weekly sales meeting, and Isabella Mosca. So I'm going to get started. We're going to start talking about our weekly leaderboard and our daily leaderboard. This is the first step in a series of steps that we're going to be doing across the entire organization. It's all about how we get better every day, and we measure what we're doing to make sure we are getting better every day. Think about leaderboards and the thing about daily rankings is understanding that it's all about consistency, but consistency is a two-way street. If you're at the top of the leaderboard, you're consistently visible. If you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, you're consistently invisible. So it's noticeable. So one of the things that we're focused on is making sure we're getting better every day, making sure that we're improving. We have a very robust business development team. We have a very robust marketing team, teams that are focused on helping our loan originators get in front of more customers, get in front of more real estate agents and referral partners, and making sure they're staying in front of their past customers through our Customer for Life program. So make sure that we're staying engaged. Make sure that we're doing the things that we need to be doing to be posting on social. Use the tools that we have at your fingertips here. We're not spending time on these things because we think they're good ideas. We're spending time on these things because when used properly and consistently, what you'll see is customer engagement. You'll see new applications on a regular basis. You'll see the outputs that you're expecting to get. If you look at the people that are at the top of the leaderboard, they're consistently posting on social media. They're consistently doing what they need to be doing on a daily basis to stay in front of realtors and referral partners. That's the result of the work that they're doing every single day. So, transparency creates accountability, okay? Every single thing we're going to rank and we're going to make visible to the whole organization. And that's for the one purpose, is to get better. We want to make sure that we're looking at the problem. We're looking at ways to improve. If you put things in silos, if you hide behind monthly numbers or you hide behind high level numbers and you don't look at the granular details of how you can get better, you're never going to see exponential growth. So transparency creates accountability. Look at the leaderboard. Celebrate the people every single day that are putting in the hard work. And if you're in a situation where you need a new way to generate business, if you're in a situation where you need to find a better way to get in front of your past customers or generate new customers, talk to our marketing team, talk to the business development team, join one of our peer-to-peer groups with top LOs, and they'll share their ideas. They'll share the things that they're doing weekly. But leaderboard is a starting point. Where we're going next year is we want to bring that to operations, and we want to bring that to all of our teams so everybody can see who's getting better, who's improving every single day, and who's bringing value to the entire organization. So I want to talk about measuring everything. Measuring everything is a really big one, and this is something I just want to share with everybody. But my number one goal for 2021 was time management. And time management it's an art. I spend a lot of time with our leaders here talking about time management because it's something that you have to obsess over because you can see your days go by really, really quickly if you're not intentional and you're not disciplined with it. So, get better every day starts with measuring every day, is measuring what you're doing on a daily basis. I shared this with a couple of our LOs earlier this week. I said, on a daily basis, how many people are you calling? They don't, no answer. How many new realtor partners are you talking to or staying in front of or presenting for? No answer. You have to measure what you're doing every day. It's the same thing like going to the gym. If you want to know the fastest way to lose weight, you don't have to go to the gym. Just start getting on a scale every day. That simple accountability of looking down at a number will put something in your mind that says, hey, listen, maybe I'm not going to eat this extra meal today. Maybe I'm not going to, eat past a certain time. Maybe I will walk instead of getting an Uber. Understanding that it all starts with measuring what you're doing. Identify the things that you're supposed to be doing on a daily basis. And then on Tuesday, you come in and you say, hey, listen, I made 40 calls yesterday. My goal today is to get to 41. That's all it takes. It's just identify a baseline and build off it daily. But when you start to go backwards, the common thing that people do is they just abandon measuring it. I could tell you right now, the fastest path to getting to the top of the leaderboard is self-accountability. It's making sure you're measuring everything, making sure you're doing the calls. Now, if we're going to be driving our Salesforce adoption soon, that's going to do a lot of measuring for you. That's going to tell you how many calls you had, what's the average length of the call, how many presentations you had. But in the meantime, focus on making sure you're holding yourself accountable. You don't want to be frustrated on Fridays when you leave for the week and you sit there and you say, hey, listen, I only got one deal in this week. I only got 2 deals in this week. You don't have to focus on the outcome if you're doing the work every single day, if you're measuring what you're doing. So, let's start with this today. Measure the time that you're spending on calls. You would be amazed. When I start focusing on time management, one of the first things I realized is how much time I wasted in the day by not scheduling my day out properly. You know, you don't have anything scheduled. What's your natural thing to do? Go talk to somebody else in the office. You know, go on, surf the internet. You know, go on social media. When you schedule everything out throughout the day and you put yourself in a position where you don't have time to do those things, you're going to be a lot more productive. You're going to reach your goals because you're going to see every single day the disciplines and the benefits of those disciplines is generating more deals and closing more deals every single month. So process is key. This is the key discipline that has separated me throughout my business career. Is I don't focus on outcomes. A lot of people want to talk about, hey, we want to get to 10 billion. We want to get to this goal. And we're going to talk about our goals for 2022 in a little bit. But I don't focus on the goals. I focus on the process on how we get to our goals. And this is the number one discipline that separates people that are able to achieve big goals and continue to achieve goals versus people that talk about big goals, but don't actually ever achieve them. So what's your process? Okay, think about how you're going to get to your goals. Somebody says to me, hey, listen, our goal is to increase volume by 50% in Q1. Okay, let's talk about this. How are we going to do that? Because you can't just put 50% increase in volume from Q4 to Q1 on a piece of paper and think you're going to get there. You know, how many calls are we going to be making a day? How many presentations are we going to be making a day? How many loan officers are we going to be adding in order to get to that number? You know, like you have to have a process. You have to have a defined, granular, day-by-day approach to how you're going to get there. And the truth of the matter is, if you look at everything on a task-by-task basis, instead of trying to focus on, hey, I'm trying to get to a certain number, just start with this. This is the most common thing I hear from loan officers is, hey, I want to get X amount of deals per day. Okay, that's great. Well, let's just start with this. How are you going to get in front of X amount of customers to get that deal? Like, what are you going to do right now this morning? You walk in the office, I'm going to call all my leads from the last week. Okay, how many calls? Because we know as a percentage, you're only going to get in touch with 20% of those people. And of the 20%, only 20% of those people are going to be interested in hearing a quote from you. So as you start going through the numbers game, you start to understand that you have to follow a process if you really actually want to get to the outcome that you're looking to get to. It's all about predictable outcomes. Doing the things that you have to do on a daily basis, following the process, measuring success day over day, and then incrementally inching your way towards your big picture goals. But for me, it's all about winning habits turn into winning outcomes. And it's very important we think about this. I see people get discouraged. They have a bad day. It's okay. That's a part of the percentage game is you are going to make 100 calls 5 days in a row. And guess what? You're not going to get the same result every single day. You might go 0 for 100 on Monday. You might go 3 for 100 on Tuesday. The variable is this, is at the end of 1,000 calls, the percentages will work themselves out and you'll get the number of deals that you're going to get. But you got to go through rough patches. You got to go through ups and downs, and you have to trust the process and understand that bad days, bad hours, bad calls don't mean you abandon the process. The process is what gets you to the goal. Don't focus on the outcome. Focus on the process. Make the next call your best call. You get a customer on the phone, you get a realtor in front of you that you're making a presentation for, make this the best call. Don't multitask and go on your phone. Don't think about anything other than the person in front of you and making this the best call of the day. So I'm going to hand this off right now. Kyle Koller is going to join us from Utah.
Hey guys, it's Kyle Koller with UMortgage. I'm super excited to be with you this week. I want to talk about a few pointers and then get you on your way. So the first point I want to talk about is simplify. So simplify for me, a lot of times, you know, we overcomplicate things when it comes to a sales or commission job. We are very fortunate to be in an industry and offer a product that people actually need. People need a mortgage. So our focus is the people business, helping people get mortgages. That's what we do. When we focus on that and truly care about the people we are helping, the success follows you. We care so much for our clients that we go the extra mile every time for them. We are available at all times for them, and we strive to do a good job for them every single time. Simplify this thought process. We offer a product we believe that helps others, and we care for others. We care about others. So I'll show you a story of why caring matters and why this is something that I wanted to focus on. I had a client that was buying a property in Park City about 6 months ago. When push came to shove, the underwriter at this particular lender did not want to follow through with the loan commitment, or something that I personally disagreed with. I took it to the top and it was just not going to work out. Client had about $10,000 earnest money that was going already hard. So I was pretty stressed to figure out what I could do and find out a solution. Although the client was already ready to cancel and look at a different property and they're okay with the earnest money, I still decided that wasn't enough. I decided to call about 25 lenders. And most of the lenders I didn't even use myself, but I was signed up with them just in case for this certain situation. But I finally find that one lender. I found only one lender that would take care of the situation and close that loan there. So we switched the lenders, we closed the loan there. And my point here is caring about the client got that loan done. I could have just sat back, been okay with the fact that the client was okay losing $10,000 earnest money because they were okay with it, and they moved on from it. But going the extra mile with that care makes a difference. This client was so happy about the extra mile service we provided that she's referred to me many, many clients. Success follows caring. So again, simplify your mission. You care and you work at a company that cares. Simplify your goals and stay consistent at those goals. Next topic I want to talk about is team. I always like to focus on the team. I love that Amir, our fierce leader in Michigan, he has that same philosophy as well. When we focus on our specific roles and are accountable to each other, that magic happens by doing the little things correctly every single day. If everyone continues to focus on getting better every day, we will ultimately reach that goal, I promise you. I love that core value. It keeps me grounded. Yesterday's over. Tomorrow's tomorrow. I'm in the moment right now to get better right now. So as a team, I believe we will get there. And I don't believe we have to get there, through a key factor called motivation. I don't think motivation is the key factor that is needed. Winners, they don't need motivation. They need discipline. Discipline is about getting the job done because it needs to get done. Not because I feel like it, not because I'm motivated for it, not because I'm happy or fired up or excited. It's consistency. Consistency is the key. Focusing on improving the details when you are tired or not feeling it is the zone that is the zone you are winning. Recognize when you're in that zone and push through it. This team will be closing roughly 1,000 loans a month here consistently here shortly. I love that we have this focus on the consistency, and I trust what we have here. Keep it up. Seriously, I love you guys. All right, guys, have a great week. I'm excited that I was able to have this, sales meeting with you guys.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. My name is Isabella Mosca, and for those who I've yet to meet, I'm a learning facilitator on the learning and development team. This week, I'm here to talk to you about leadership training. L&D launched the first iteration of our leadership training program in August with a cohort of leaders in the Philly office, and we are nearing the program's first phase. Over the past few months, the leaders have watched videos, attended training and coaching sessions, and completed assignments centered around building strong team dynamics, giving and receiving feedback, delegation tactics, and more. The L&D team worked on developing a well-rounded program for our leaders to have access to a variety of learning experiences. Leadership training provides you with a toolbox of skills. A handyman has a toolbox because the problems encountered can't all be fixed with the same tool. A variety of tools are needed for solving a variety of problems. This applies to leadership training. You need a toolbox of skills because every problem can't be solved using the same strategy, and using the wrong skill or strategy can miss the outcomes we desire. The program feedback has been overwhelmingly positive and has helped create alignment across teams and departments. We are dedicated to the continued growth and improvement of each leader, so we've also reviewed each learning experience and found areas for refinement for the next iteration and beyond. The biggest takeaway was the importance of providing leaders with as much practice in the training environment as possible in order to set them up for success when it comes to applying those strategies outside of the training environment. Now, you might be wondering, how does this apply to me? We are very excited to share that we will be expanding this program to our branches in the coming months. The expansion of this program is to help you all support your teams, cultivate relationships that further develop your team, and ultimately grow your business. In the meantime, you all have access and can be utilizing the learning experiences surrounding leadership on our Illuminate platform. There are also countless courses for professional development, personal development, walkthroughs for our technology platforms, and more. If you have any issues accessing the Illuminate platform or have any general questions regarding the platform, please email learning@umortgage.com. That's all I have for you today. I'm going to hand it off to the next speaker, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day so far. As we wrap up the year here, I wanted to say a quick note of gratitude. Recently, here in the Philadelphia headquarters office, we had a financial advisor come and speak to us, to all of the team members here in Philadelphia for free. He took the time out of his day to give us financial planning advice, expecting nothing in return. We also recently welcomed Anna, our leadership coach, to the UMortgage team. Now, Anna is solely dedicated to making sure that our leaders here at UMortgage are successful. With these two examples, I personally feel super grateful to work for and with a company that is committed to the growth and success of its team members and really values each and every employee. Now, we also plan to roll out things like financial literacy and education and leadership coaching to our branches, to more LOs, to their realtor partners, and ultimately to get things like this in front of more consumers in the next year. And now for my next slide, something that a lot of people struggle with, and I know I struggle with going into a new year especially, is the struggle to find motivation. A friend of mine who is really heavily into fitness posted something recently on Instagram asking her audience about motivation. And what she asked is, how do you stay motivated to go to work every day, take care of your kids, go grocery shopping, or wash your clothes? And the answer for most people is probably something like this. Well, I don't really get motivated to do those things. I just do them. Now, this thing that she posted on Instagram, it really stuck with me, and I hope it would stick with you as well. Because a lot of times we will not find the spark of motivation to do these little tasks, in our daily life. But if we really lean into the why behind what we're doing, it can help us to stay dedicated and committed to completing these small little tasks that eventually lead into achieving our larger goals. I hope everyone has a great day and a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hi, everyone. This is Kahren Oxner with the Pacific Northwest team at UMortgage. It's so great to be here for our sales meeting. Thank you all so much. Today, I wanted to start off by talking about something that has been incredibly important to helping me in my business personally, and that's solidifying your why. It's so important in our industry to get clarity around why you do what you do every day. There can be pressures and challenges and unforeseen things that come up. And if you have a really solid foundation and baseline as to why you push through all those challenges to overcome those things, it'll really help solidify your business and help drive you for success. I've been doing this for 21 years personally. And the reason why I do it is when I was 21 years old, I actually bought my first house. My whole family thought I was insane. I couldn't believe that I did it, but it was one of the best things that I ever did. Purchased my first home when I was 21 years old. Like I said, I sold that house 3 years later, made $80,000 on the transaction, literally changed the trajectory of my entire life. And I saw firsthand and personally how home ownership can change your life. It can change the lives of you and everyone in your family. And from that moment forward, I knew that allowing people and helping them, showing them the path towards home ownership was going to be a way that I could personally help change their lives for the better. And I've seen it happen to every single person that I've ever helped. I will, no matter what I continue to do in my career, I will always originate because that part of the process is so special and profound for me. And I want to show others how they can change their lives dramatically. So truly, that is my why. I know that home ownership changes the trajectory of someone's life and allows them opportunities that they may not have otherwise. So that's my why. It's something that I'm comfortable sharing in any situation that I'm in. And remembering that and keeping that foundation as part of something I do every day has allowed me to share that and, provide that passion towards others. So get really crystal clear on that and really spend some time asking yourself, what do I love about this career? What opportunities do I want to take advantage of? What things do I want to show and share other people? No matter if your experience level is 1 month in the business, 10 years, or you've been doing this since the beginning of time. Getting clarity around why you do things helps you push through any roadblock, any challenge, anything that is difficult. And when it gets hard, take a hold of that and remember it and use that to drive you forward and drive you to continue trying every day. So I really encourage you guys to, sit down and really think about that. The next slide that I, want to chat with you about is building trust and solidifying relationships. This is a relationship business. One of our core values at UMortgage is relationships over transactions, and truly being able to provide that transparency, that clarity, that passion, everything positive that you can put forth in your day to make sure that you're sharing that message really creates trust. It creates transparency. It builds that relationship so that it can be a relationship that is, has quite a bit of longevity. Part of that is, vulnerability and really being able to see your clients on that human level, build that connection, find camaraderie, learn their story, learn their why, ask questions. It's so important to have a personal connection and a personal relationship with everybody that you come into contact with. Not only does it build trust and really allow people to have that calm presence and knowing that you care about them, but it allows you to really help them in a way that somebody else won't be able to. You'll know what makes them tick and know what they need to feel comfortable and confident in everything that you're doing. We have an incredible responsibility to our clients, to our realtors, to our referral partners, and to each other to make sure that relationship is our number one priority. So building trust, solidifying relationships through consistent action, honesty, transparency, vulnerability, sharing of yourself, getting to know them on a human level, on every level that you can. Having that connection is really going to set you apart and make people know that this is not just a transaction to you. This is something that's just as important to you as it is to them. And it really helps build that commitment for not just this transaction, but every transaction going forward. Our goal is to be their broker for life. And in order to do that, you have to create that solid relationship. And it's a really special thing when you get it. So I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to really solidify your why, take a lot of time to think about it, and really put that message together so that you can share it in every situation that you're in. Thank you guys so much for being a part of our sales meeting today. It was a pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Thanks, Kahren. We have 2 slides left. I'm going to go through real quick. Appreciate everybody's patience and time this morning. Just want to get started with number 1. Next week, we're going to be presenting our 2022 company goals. The way that we're breaking this down is like a lot of people think about goals. It's a big number. It's a big goal. It's something that's hard for every single team member to digest. And for us, we want every single team member to be engaged and participating and contributing to us achieving our goals. So we were really intentional with the process we went through in coming up with our goals. So, number 1, we're looking at every quarter as a 12-week year. We're not going to look at 52 weeks. That's a long period of time. It's hard to focus on things consistently when you're looking at an annual goal. We're focused on a quarterly 12 weeks. Drag race from January 1st to the end of March. How do we make sure on a daily basis we're doing everything we can do to achieve our quarterly goals, making sure that we're inching closer every single day? And when you condense everything down to a 12-week year, the focus is much more intense. The sense of urgency, the understanding that the end of this 12 weeks, we either won or lost the quarter is important. So, from a goals perspective, I'm excited to present them with the rest of the team to the broader team. But the way it breaks down is very simple. Every single one of our goals rolls up to a core value. Our core values are obviously what defines us. We talk about them all the time. It's important that it's part of our goals. It's important that everybody understands how important, our achievements tie into the goals, because, at the end of the day, we want to be long-term focused. We are always thinking about where we want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now. So having goals that align with our values is critical. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is this last one, which is, it's kind of a theme today. We've heard about motivation. We've heard about dedication. We've heard a lot about consistency and process. And the reason why we talk about these things is because you have to be intentional. I see it so often, the people giving up on themselves, having a tough day, not being able to deal with, the challenges of the day-to-day grind of, whatever we're doing. So the first thing I say is this quote from Matt Ishby is one of my favorite quotes. We're constantly changing. Where we are at today has got nothing to do with where we're going to be tomorrow. Being in the mindset of change is normal and change is a natural part of growth is critical. Now, understand, change is difficult. It's human nature to resist change. It truly is human nature to resist change. It took me a very, very long time to come to the mindset that I have today. But you have to look at it this way. This is the way I look at it, is I know I had a great day when at the end of my day, I am exhausted and I feel defeated. There was a point in my career where at the end of a day, if I felt like that, I wanted to give up. When I have days like that, I know I challenged myself all day long. I know that I went into every meeting and put everything I had to into every meeting. I know that every single communication, interaction, I brought the intensity, I was focused, I made sure that I provided value, but I also got beat up and I got a lot of feedback and I identified more areas for us to improve in. And if you're constantly focused on the improvement and you're constantly sitting there identifying ways that you need to be more efficient, ways that you need to communicate better to your customers, ways that you're just not performing. When you focus on these things, it's challenging because it's going to force team members to change. It's going to force you to change. It's going to force you to bend processes, bend the way that you do things. And it's going to be challenging. And the understanding of just knowing that long term, you're going to get to where you want to go. But short term, there's going to be pain. Short term, it's going to be tough as you're perfecting the process. You've heard this saying, practice until you get it right. We focus on practice until you can't get it wrong. And that process of practicing until you can't get it wrong takes time. It takes thousands, tens of thousands of repetitions, customer, communications with the customer, different loans, different scenarios, nuance, details, everybody getting better every single day. And it's a process. So I just want you to understand, biggest learning lesson of my life, I've been doing this for 18 years. Every step of the way, there's been points where I thought about giving up. 2007 housing crisis. 99% of the people I worked with didn't survive, didn't make it to the mortgage business after that period of time. I've gone through multiple ups and downs throughout my career. The perseverance and the understanding that you know where you're going and you just have to push through to another day. You have to believe the work that you're doing daily is going to get you to the results that you ultimately want to get to. The habits that we have is just understanding that doing the same thing over and over again and not getting a result, not getting an award, sometimes can feel defeating. But showing up the next day and putting the same effort and continuing to do what you need to do because you know that these behaviors, these habits are going to lead you to where you want to go. So I talk to our team a lot about it. It's very challenging to have this mindset when you set such high expectations and you're not going to achieve them every day. You're going to have setbacks. It takes time. Like I said, deal with the struggles. Feel the pain, embrace it, and just understand that as long as you are committed to the long-term objective, the long-term goal, the work you do today, whether it's a good day, an exhausting day, a day where you feel defeated, it will all be worth it because we're going to get there together as a team at the end of the day. So team, have a great week. It's Wednesday. We're just getting started. Let's make sure this is another record lock week. Keep the persistence, stay focused, stay disciplined. Make today the best day yet. Have a great day, team.